Dobré dopoledne, dámy a pánové.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the International Coaches Clinic, which is being held as part of the Under-17 Women's Championships here in Pilsen. This is organized by the Czech Basketball Federation in cooperation with FIBA, the International Basketball Federation. And thanks to our cooperation with FIBA, we've had the pleasure of being able to invite two high-quality coaches, two great coaches, and I'd like to give them a warm welcome to Pilsen. Jill Schneider, who is actually the winner of the 2012 Under-17 World Championships and the current winner of the Eurobasket EuroLeague Women of 2013-2014, Mr. Ekrem Memnon from Turkey. While I'm doing the introductions, I'd like to introduce you to the group of the girls who'll be demonstrating the drills. These are the Slovak under-16 team from Slovakia then. As you know, from the invitation cards, there are 2 days and there are 5 seminars scheduled, 5 lectures scheduled. 2 today, 3 tomorrow. And apart from the 2 coaches that I've mentioned, we'll have the pleasure of being able to welcome also Natalia Hejková, Michal Ježdík and Marian Svoboda, Czech and Slovak coaches. Marian Svoboda will be the first speaker today. He's the most successful of young basketball players. He's got 5 medals of international events, the FIBA, and he's the only 2001 FIBA under-19 World Championship winner. His topic will be how to teach a fast break, and I'd like to hand over without further ado to Marianne. Hello, good morning. Before I warm up speaking, I'd like to change slightly the focus of my presentation. It's not how to teach fast breaking, but rather how I teach it. You know, there's a whole lot of opinions how you should teach this or that, and what I'm going to share with you is how I try to teach this. It's nothing secret, and these are pretty straightforward things, in fact, but it might be worthwhile mentioning anyway. Is there anybody among you who doesn't want to play fast break? I don't think so. So it's not a question of whether we want to do it, but it's the question of how we want to go about it. I think all of us want to play fast breaking and to be as effective as possible. We want to create situations when we outnumber the opponents or create a strategic advantage. The strategic advantage can happen at any place on the ground. Let's say if there's a counterattack and we have a tall player somewhere under the basket and there's a short player who cannot really defend that player, the rest of the team obviously need to react to that. So we try to create tactical and strategic advantages, these situations. That's very important. There's a couple of points I've put down for you, and this is what I prefer personally during fast breaks. And when we practice this, when we do the drill, I want to stress these. And I'm talking about players. When I talk about players, there'll be both male and female players. But I want to do things as straightforward as possible. I want to be straightforward. So being straightforward is very important to me. Fast breaking, yes, there is the word fast in that. You need to respond very fast. If there are 2 or 3 movements that are in addition to what you should be doing, usually your brain is overloaded and the result is poor. So it should be straightforward, it should be clear, it should be viable or doable. If it is doable, when I say it's doable, Again, it relates to the age category. It's difficult to ask or demand from your 10-year-old players to give a pass across, a 20-meter section. No. If you try to do these drills, if you practice these things, you need to take into account what your age category is and what type of players you work with. The next thing I need in order to be able to play a fast break, it's condition. Without that, you simply can't do a fast break. So what I want from my team is I want them to be able to play a fast break in the 40th minute of the game. It's demanding physically, yes it is, but if you practice this for a long time, you can do it, they can do it. We happened to win many of our games this season at the last quarter, in the last seconds, the last minutes, because we were able to do it physically. You need to be able to push your players to go forward. It's not about just finishing off your attack, but it's about tiring out your opponent. The next bullet point, technique. Perhaps the most important point. It all seems pretty simple, but there's a whole lot of activities that happen at the same time. Rebound, pass, dribbling, good timing, periphery vision, layup, shooting. All these things happen. What happens if you don't? If you give a good pass but don't, you take the shot but you miss. That's depressing. So unless all these components are in place, it won't work. The next bullet point, tactics. That's what I mentioned at the beginning, when you have a tactical advantage. You need to be able to determine at what time you can actually give a pass, to whom, what is the forbidden area where you shouldn't give your pass to, etc., etc. And it's all in the matter of seconds. The last thing, very important, morale. If the morale is not high up, you simply have to go there. If you don't, it won't work. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in the success of the attack. So you need to put a lot of trust in your team, and then the victory happens. A couple of other points. There are certain things that you can actually practice. One of the points I've mentioned here is chaotic attack. All the people, it's an all-out attack, so to speak. All the players go in one direction. The coach is sometimes very angry. It works sometimes, it doesn't work in other times, but chaotic attacks are definitely wrong. Directive. When I say you go from A to B, if you get a rebound ball, don't go out, you dribble out, you are the only player to get the ball, not the others. This is the way to play the attack, etc., etc., etc. That's the opposite approach, and it used to be the case. I actually read about it. That way back then, people play basketball this way. I don't think it's correct either. And the third way, something in between, that I prefer, is based on me trying to teach and to force the players to be able to attack in any position, in any situation. Again, an example. A tall player may be standing in the three-point area. My defender is close to her or him. Something happens under the basket. We get the ball, and we need to start a counter-attack immediately. If the tall player spends 5 seconds to get back to the defense, it might actually determine whether the counter-attack is successful or not. So what I want from my players is that if we get a rebound ball, we want I want the player to be the first one there, the tall player there, as the first one if possible. Each attack has three phases. The initial phase, after a rebound, after a basket is scored, after a point is scored, or whatever. You make the first pass, and that's the end of the initial phase. Let me divert for a bit. I try to teach this philosophy that the first pass should be very quick. I'm of the opinion that the success, or not, or otherwise, of the counterattack really is determined by the speed of the first pass. It can be after a ball hits the basket, but if you really teach your team to start playing again, to resume playing again as soon as possible after a point is scored, that's the basis for your success. I hate really the situations in which people just say, well, we've just lost 3 points to the opponent, that's unfortunate, well, the mood is down, and it takes 3 seconds for them to start playing again, to resume. That's wrong. In 3 seconds you can be on the other side of the game, on the other side of the playground. And we used to be in a place that we were really rolling over our opponents, like Spain. We played Spain, and it was 42-19 at halftime. It's totally devastating, because you spend 24 seconds to shoot and score a point. And you can do it. You can see that the opponent can do it in 3 or 5 seconds. That's really depressing for the losing team. Jump balls, there used to be many more of them in the past, but still, if from a counterattack you can score within a very short period of time, that gives you the psychological advantage and gives the team some comfort in the game. Forming up the team. Well, I want 3 players to go out, 2 of them on the wing, the central one in the center. The first counter-attack, if it's played well, usually you end up in a situation 3-1, very often 1-on-1. And third, finally, finishing off can be a layup, can be a shot from a distance, 3-point shot. It really does depend on the preference in the situation. So that'll be by way of introduction, and I'd like to give you a couple more points that I try to teach my players. One of the things is that I want the first pass to be as quick as possible. I'm not saying that you can do it in any situation. Sometimes you have to dribble out. That's right. And we'll be doing that drill as well. I prefer actually the first pass to be as fast as possible, but sometimes you just can't do it. Second thing, you want the ball to be out of the key area as soon as possible. Third, developing the counter-attack. Again, we'll be showing that during the drill. The first 2 players need to be there out on the wings as soon as possible. Each on the other wing, each on one wing, not on one on the same side. And it's very important that they sprint out along the sideline as close as possible to the sideline, so that the defense has to spread out, fan out, and then there is space for other attacking players to approach the further half. And there's one more thing that I'd like to share with you. I really forbid my players to give a long pass along the sideline. I don't want my players to just throw the pass along the sideline. I don't want them to make the same pass in the central area as well either. Did you happen to see the game last night? Australia was up by 5 points, I believe. They got the ball and they had a player up in the front. There was a pass, she turned around, she lost balance, she lost orientation, and the ball went out. If she had been out in one of the two wings, she could have scored because she would have been in a much better position. I'm not saying that this is something you should never do, but in my opinion, 9 out of 10 passes go out of bounds because it's very difficult for the player. She is disoriented, she doesn't know where she is, and they don't know where they're going. That's very important. I don't want my players to do this.
Někde na boku.
If the player jumps to the side to catch the ball and there's a teammate running up for the defense, for the attack, you cannot reach the other destination. I have to dribble to the middle of the field, and only if I see that the other one is looking, that he has the scope of vision of the whole court and everything under control, only then can I make a pass. So it's better to stop the counter attack rather than giving away the ball to the opponent. So these are my highest top principles, which I actually compel the players all the time to practice if I want to make successful counter-attacks. So let's do some running now. So I'll prepare a few things. Please take this flip chart away. And please, microphones or loudspeakers should be positioned half a meter away from the field so we don't get injured here. But it's not necessary. I see now. But I see by the basket, so no damage will be caused. So girls, come up under the lineup under the basket, under the hoop, and take the balls, all of you. I'm putting the cones on because I start teaching a fast break the girls, but they know how to do that for sure, but I want to show you how I do it working with the team. So I put the cones here, so many lines here, I can't find orientation myself. So I want to delineate the space where the players will go into. So easy practicing. I will explain first, show, etc. One of the players with the ball, please come up here where I am, and the other one behind me without the ball. The girl with the ball throws the ball on the backboard, jumps up, says, "Got it," or ball, or no matter what you exclaim. Communication is necessary, of course, very important. And this player, before she sees the ball coming to the basket, actually will go out behind this cone or that cone, and as close to the sideline as possible. What is important now? The way I see it and the way I teach it, I want as fast as possible to have the girl running to the sideline as fast as possible. So she goes out back with her back to the ball, as close to the sideline as possible, and she should choose the shortest possible way. So she's getting speed here. It's the only moment during the whole counter-attack where she's not allowed to pass. Because this player is with back to the ball, and then she pivots and sees the ball. Now she captures the whole space with her eyes. She knows where she's running. She knows the player, the teammate with the ball. Only here can you make the pass, not before that. The other thing, you leave this area, the paint, so that the ball can go away from this point as quickly as possible. And we prefer a fast pass or a dribble. That's our preference, I said. And this practicing is to run away from our opponent. And so after the rebound, dribble as fast as possible, out of the paint, pass, make a pass. You run behind the last cone and then pivot and lay up. And you go here, next one behind you. Practice is repeated. You can go to both sides, go out to both sides, but she should find orientation to see where you are running, to this or the other side. And so the players which are not so fit technically, I allow them, when making a dribbling, not to look forward. Only after they leave the paint, they can raise their heads. So they are advanced girls, so they can come to contact very quickly. One last thing about the rebound. I want the players to throw the ball like from down up, so that I can simulate the rebound. Not this type of throw. This doesn't happen in during actual play. So I have to be able to catch the ball as fast as possible and make the required movement quickly. So I want to show you if I don't get hurt. So throw on the backboard, catch the ball, and make a pass like this. So it's 1 second after the rebound, catch the ball and escape actually from the paint. And so you should try it now, girls. Catch the ball, go back, recover. No, not yours. You should go straight to the basket. Come on, make a pass, recover, next one. You can go to both sides, girls. Make a pass, recover, next one. Yes, come on, do it. Yes. Come on. Next one, please. No. And you will be almost in the middle in a while. No, come closer, please. Okay. And go back. You should rush to both sides. So let me make a remark just about a few errors or mistakes that we should avoid making. It was not, we couldn't see that, but I said back to the basket, because some players have a tendency to turn like this, turn around like this. No way. We said clearly that we should go here, back to the basket, and then pivot face to the court. Next error, after the rebound, the player stopped, turned, and made a pass. If there is a guard here, then we would be given a basket. And so escape from this area, because it's dangerous to stay here. This is the way I teach it. So after the rebound, go out as quickly as possible. And if you can't go to the middle, because you can have two opponents behind you, you should go to the side and then make a pass on the guard can go there. So next one, making a pass. What I said, the phases are very important of passing. That's another activity which we have to master. The pass should go to the back hand, and the ball should land on the backhand. If he gets it to the body or behind her, so what happens? She slows down in motion, and we may lose some 2 seconds during the counter-attack, and the other one has a problem with catching the ball. She should be aware of that. The next practice will be quite the same. You will go in in couples now. The first one should throw the ball. And one more remark. You started here, some of you at least, and it's difficult to recover. You should be very close behind that player. Be here, right under the basket, under the hoop. So I want them to the rebounding players to get speed immediately. So it's not just passing and stand still here looking at how things will turn up. So quick pass, sprint. I won't score 40 points from counter attack. So you will be making the pass, and I will show you how to do that. And you know how to do that. So no demo. So sprint through the middle of the court. Make a pass. You should go to the other basket as fast as possible. You go in the middle, very fast. The ball should not actually drop to the ground. If it does happen, what will we do? One jump, yes, in that case, and then he will increase the level and end up not nowhere. So closely, one behind the other. Have it. Got it. And run, please. And next one, please. Sprint out, yes. Rush up. You should start very early when she's throwing the ball to the ball. Now, sprint out. Make a turn. So it's not one-hand pass. It's a two-hand pass. Fast dribble. Go. Exact passing is needed now. Make turns, but I like the rushing players. You should start very early so that we can get forward as quickly as possible. Don't tell her where you will be moving. Don't tell her, please. Now, you got the ball. Come on. Got it. Head up. So, excellent. I saw a few minor errors here, a bad pass, but if that was not the cone, the player would have been going through the middle. Good communication is necessary. She didn't open actually her mouth. And when the rebound, they have to communicate. Even the small player must be able to communicate. She didn't open her mouth. So you know the experience. What happens is the two teammates actually jump to catch the ball. They struggle for the ball, and then the ball is actually intercepted by the opponent. So now next one, the two of you will be defending. I'll show you how to do that. You will rotate, so we'll do it just in the direction of one side. You will go to just one side, yes, during our next practice. So you will make turns. You will guard. Your defensive zone is the white lane. You shouldn't go any closer, and then the perimeter line. You shouldn't get behind that line, but just one defending. You're making turns. No? First one is guarding. You go. You out. You go here. So you have a choice. Go to the ball player, or actually closing out, or just not doing, or rushing out here, and defending here a pass against a pass. So the attacker having the ball, you must pass the ball before you cross the middle line. So it's not just doing the dribble and going up the field, but so we have to just practice. You can receive the ball only when you get behind the half line, the middle line. So you have to go quicker, faster, go earlier, go out earlier to be able to get there in time. So it's just one guard. So look how we will do it. Let the ball where it is. Just stand on the perimeter. Just go back, make turns. Come on. Next one, quickly. Yes, do it. don't give the ball back. You should be alone going to the basket. And, let me adjust the practice. I don't want you to defend the cutter carrying the ball, but defend the pass. Try to intercept the pass. And you're waiting here.
One more. One more. Okay, let's stop here. If you were watching closely, there were a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. This side went fine, no problem, and all of a sudden there was a pass behind the back. Then there was a pass out of the bounds. Wrong reception, incorrect reception. Then wrong position in the ground. So you can see that just putting the player, the defensive player, in this zone, that makes a whole lot of a difference. And I actually instructed the ladies, just for your benefit, I did instruct the ladies to make these mistakes and errors. But I wanted to stress that, when you give your pass, it never happens that there is no defender between you and the receiving player. We weren't going to do the whole drill, but you're just demonstrating this to you, and to speed things up, I think this is enough. But if you just put one defender, and it's entirely your call where you want her or him to stand, can be on both sides. It doesn't really matter, but it really changes the whole scene. Okay, so these were in twos. This drill was in twos. Now in threes. Now this is a drill that I practice a lot. As I said at the beginning, it's very important to be able to work in threes. Threes are very important. Threes are essential if you want to break fast, if you want to play forward in a very fast way. So I'll pay a lot of attention to this. It's a bit more complicated, but I'll do something very straightforward at the beginning. You'll be standing like this, next to each other. You'll make that rebound, or you again call, got it, got the ball, and you play out, play that pass. If you don't know really, if your players don't know how to move and where to move, it's really best to start this way. Just, slow-mo. This is starting the fast break. So the first two players go as fast as possible to the sidelines. Essentially what we did in ones and twos, we'll be doing in threes now. It really is up to you later on if you want to cross over, make a diagonal pass or whatever. It's up to you. You can go back, return the ball back to the center. You can shoot from the center. This is to make it more interesting, I guess. You can make a diagonal pass. If it's a fast break in the game, probably not best, but this is for the game, for the purpose of the training, of the practice. Okay, shoot. Good, next one. What are you waiting for? Good. Couldn't make that pass. It probably would have been better if she had passed that ball to the center. All right, and if you can return to the center and lay up. Well done. All right, girls. Stop for now. I've got a couple of points to mention. One-hand pass over there, bounce pass. All right, let's live with that. Sometimes you're just wandering about the place, depending on where the ball is at the moment. You should stick to your line, to the central line. You shouldn't go to one or the other wing if you're in the center. I know there are players who do this, but I don't want you to do this. This was simple. Now, you're going to shoot at the basket. Okay, slow-mo now, all right? blow the whistle. You'll get the ball as you did before. You'll call, got the ball, got it, and the two players ran out along the sidelines to the wings. But there is one exception. I want the first player, the one that is the closest to the opponent's basket, I want her to go to one of the two wings. That's back to what I said about being a universal player. You are here at the time of the rebound. On the rebound, I want you to react in the right way. So you need to get oriented in the first place. You know you're the first, the closest, further out, let's say. You are the closest to the sideline, this one, in this particular instance. So you go to the right sideline. If the ball got to me and I was the first one here, then I would sprint out with the ball. So you go out either with the ball or without. And the third one needs to adjust to the situation. One more situation. The rebound is finishing here. My player is here. I said I don't want the players to pass the ball along the sideline. Don't do this. Dribble out and then pass. And the two of you don't turn your head to the ball handler. She needs to go out to the center and create this triangle. Okay, let's try this. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll stop you there, ladies. I don't want you to repeat those mistakes or errors. The small players stopped here, didn't know what to do, really. You really need to be able to round the sprint out on both sides at the same time. And if I were to be really consistent, I would say that the tall player, the ball handler, got in front of the small player. She should then start dribbling out, and the small player should go to the center and create this attacking triangle. So that was a minor mistake. That was a mistake. Try a few more passes. Sometimes it's actually faster, and you're practicing passing as well. All right, let me correct a few things again. It's not possible for all three of you to actually get under the basket. You know, just one defender will be able to handle you. Just, when she's waiting there for you. Don't do it this way. You need to get oriented better. And what I'm missing here is the initial phase. It needs to be really fast. You get the ball and you sprint, shoot off towards the opponent's basket. Go ahead. Good. I'm not going to actually teach them the whole thing. I mean, it takes a lot of lessons, and then it takes a whole lot of practice. But let me just point out that the initial phase is terribly slow. It needs to be really fast. You need to speed it up a lot. You need to respond, you need to react very fast, and you need to dribble out or pass, make that pass. From my point of view, it's very slow, but okay, we spent doing this, 10 minutes. But we're repeating the whole thing again and again. It's just in threes, so it's difficult for the ladies to get oriented, but we'll make it a bit more complicated and we'll see how it goes. Give me the ball. You'll be running here in circles, you'll be circling around here, and I'll hit the board. One of you will get that rebound, and depending on where you are, on which position you are, you need to the two others need to react to that correctly. So it may happen that this player is here under the basket. You get the rebound. Where do you go? Where are you going? This way. Okay. You're the first one. You go this way. Where are you going? In the center. Right. Correct. Again, the first two players need to go along the sidelines to the wings. It doesn't really matter that she's not the wing player. But again, I want my players to be very universal, fairly versatile. But anybody should be able to do anything, any activity, any skill. If this player tells me I can only do the right wing because, I can't do it on the left, it's wrong. You need to be able to do everything. Go. You need to react faster. Let's go. All right, let's see how things go now. Come on, what are you waiting for? One of you needs to get the ball in the first place. Don't take the evasive tactics. Okay, let me stop here. All of the things we did, everything goes wrong now, just because I removed the cones. Did you see that? The first one was running along the center line. The other one was running, she didn't know where. Simply, this is something that has not really instilled in their minds. They need to get this automated. But there's one more interesting thing. They stopped running out to the sideline because they were taking shortcuts, so to speak, which is very incorrect in terms of a fast break. If you're running out like this, you can't see behind your back. 3 seconds that really are the determinative factor, that really are determining the success or failure of your counterattack, are lost. Okay, you went past that cone, but again, you started to focus and converge to the center. That's wrong, because you had the tactical advantage of being spread out, fanning out across the whole width of the ground, while if you simply converge towards the center, one defender can easily deny shooting.
The middle line goes through the middle. The wings go along the lines, and then go back, but only after catching the ball, getting the pass, not before that. No, it doesn't matter. Dribble, go to the middle. They can get free to make a pass to one of them, go back, excellent. Next one. Come on, do the sprinting. Stop, now make a pass and run. Okay, next 3. Sprinting up to the field, to the end, make a pass and go in the middle. Now, okay, and last practice. Do the sprinting, but look around. Let's try to do the same, and 2 guards will be defending, the 2 of you, for example, and make it simpler for them. You are going to defend here in the front, like up the field, and go to the middle here, and you shouldn't go under the 3-point shot line. And you do the same, but here you can go up to the middle here, but you are not allowed to go behind the 3-point shot line. So you shouldn't go here under the basket. You should try to make a pass to the side as quickly as possible, and then continue carrying the ball to the opponent's basket. Come on, make a pass now. Now. No, didn't get it. Didn't get my point. Let me say again. The same way we did before. So I want to pass to the side as quickly as possible. and then we continue running with the ball. So no dribbling here, no faking. And to our colleagues, she can do one good thing, which comes up seldom. That she didn't make a pass, she made the dribble. The worst thing is to go above the head of the guard. So she made the dribble to pass around the guard. So that was good. Now, come on. Make a pass now. Now it should have been made to the other side. Next, 3, and you remain there. So we don't get confused. Yes, take the rebound. Come up. Stop. Stand still now. But they started wrongly, but I have to adjust when I see that. You are the third in sequence, but you are closest to the sideline. Where should you sprint to? Because she's covered, she has to go to the other side, and you have to go to the middle. You are in a good position, and we are make a attacking triangle. Let's do it once again. Make a pass in time. Yes, it's too late. Next one. You're losing seconds here by making a dribble. After taking the rebound, she should have passed the ball. So it's like outlet pass should have been faster. It's quicker than making a dribble, always. So come on, good. Like follow the ball. This is exactly what we do not want to see. Making passes at the time I dribble and reach the guard. So if you made more, otherwise you could have been getting to the basket yourself fast. So we did it in time. So let me say again, this is the most important thing in 5. Now we will be in 4. I want now to engage 4 players. Same principle: simplicity, straightforwardness, clearness. I'm not going to use those practice counts, but only these 2 here. 4 players, please. The beginning is quite the same. The first 3 go to the middle. The 4th one running along through the middle. But I will show you how to do that. Come up here. How I do it. How I teach that it should be done. 2 wings on both sides. 3rd one having the ball here. 4th behind me. Rebound, making a pass. She made a dribble. Now this is where we go. This is where we cut to. And so I finished the counter attack. But it's no secret, of course. There can be secrets only for 5 minutes, then everybody knows everything about everybody. And so this one is the first to go here. After receiving the pass, or the other one, she goes through the middle. I can get the ball, but also not get the ball. I go to the corner, that is the strong side. I think there are 3 others who go to the other side, but the reason why I'm doing is that she ties upon herself one guard. So she has to take one guard on. The defender cannot stay here, unless otherwise that would be a 3-point shot. Why couldn't she do it when she's alone, when she's not covered? So if she goes to the weak side, so the guard would remain here, and nothing can be done about that. So that's how you should do it. So in the corner, we have 2 players, 3rd, 4th over there. She receives the ball. She can make a shot, go closer to the basket. Yes, now. Yes, closer to the basket. Now, is it okay? So make a shot now. And we will make a break to the other side now. Come on, make a pass. Now runs through to the strong side. So make a pass and shot. So, go ahead, dribble out. What are you waiting for? Pass through the middle. And last time, now starting here. Good, make a pass. It's all splendid, okay? Need two running out, rushing out. The third is trying to get the ball. The fourth one is making the pass, and yes, got it. Yeah, beginning is the same. Fast break, one on one side, the other one to the next side. Third through the middle, fourth receiving the ball. Everybody taking a rebound. Ball is not allowed to go to the ground, and then out of bounds, go back, and so. We have to see actually the ball throw out, from the out of bounds position as quickly as possible. So there are many possibilities how to do that. So if I need to do practices 2-on-2, I can do 2-on-2 for making a counter attack or double teaming. Actually, anything, just anything that comes to my mind. So there are many combinations. Everybody can be thinking about what they want. Now, come on. It's too slow. It's too slow. Make a shot. Rebound, all of you. Come out. Yeah. The second quartet. Make a shot, yes, and go out as quickly as possible. Yes, go to the corner, go to the goal, not to contact your teammate, and again, many mistakes. The players running out here this way rather than going to the side as fast as possible. And I said that, and I will now have used the stopwatch. And I will measure time, and you will throw the ball to the basket, and when I make a whistle, I actually start the time clock, and so you will shoot. We have to score a basket. It must be like here, from this line and back, and do the same. I will blow a whistle. No, come out, fast. And now shoot to the, shoot, and outlet pass, yeah. Shoot, everybody taking the rebound, all of you. Okay. 20 seconds. Should have been faster. 30 seconds is what it should be. And again, mistakes. Of course, I'm not going to teach them how to do it correctly today, but she should have been shooting from a different position, not making a layup, and start of the counter-attack, what we have practiced here since the beginning. You were here, you took the rebound, you were here, you were waiting for the other one to dribble around you, but the ball is faster than you. Okay?
Was it 20.68? What was it? Okay, 20 something. Let's call it 20 something. Okay, let's go. Well, come on. Shoot. Take that shot. Rebound. Go out. Go out. What are you waiting for? Shoot. Yes, we need that basket. Okay, 20:03. It was faster. I'll blow the whistle, and I'll press the time, and you jump and go. Sprint out, don't wait, pass. Okay, go along the sideline, shoot, rebound, take that rebound. You need that basket. Right. Play it out, sprint out on the wings, along the sidelines. Come on, shoot. Rebound, good, well done. Okay, girls, now in fives. The last one, okay? The last drill. Again, the first three players, you're very clear about what you want to do. The first one, you go to the left, the other one to the right. You go to the strong side, the on-ball side. The fourth one is going, no secret again, we can show it. You're here on the wing. No, hang on. Just a moment, way too many of us. You were down at the corner. Right. The fourth player now is coming to this place. The fifth one keeps the center position. She's covering, she's backing up, whatever. She transfers the ball to the other side. You know, a whole lot of possibilities here. Why? You have the ball on the right side. This is the wrong side now. If these are the positions of the players, sometimes I will just leave this to the players. On other occasions, I want them to change this. If there is a tall wing, it's an ideal situation to play with your back towards the basket. You want to train that as well. If it's a tall player, one-on-one, you can do the same thing. Let's get the defenders in. Bring them in. Let's leave this for the moment. Let's leave the original drill for the moment. If they defend like this, there's a couple of possibilities. Theoretically, you can throw over. Difficult. This one probably should get into an open position, get the ball, pass back maybe. You can, if you make a bounce pass, it's a good situation. Or you can go this way, or you can pass the ball to the weak side, and then you receive the ball. So there's a whole lot of possibilities, and there are things that are sort of tied into this, but let's not focus on them for the moment. But what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is that in terms of the effectiveness and productivity of the attack or counter-attack, I sometimes want my players, and again I leave some space for their own mental input, I want them to do this. The trailer going to the corner, I want that player to be a player that is close to the paint, not in the corner. So you simply adjust that depending on how tall the player is. You go this way, you come here. What can happen is that the ball, for some reason, goes to the other side. What my players will do, they will react in this way. She will sprint out into the corner, and the tall player comes here. So we're sort of mirroring the same position. Third, what about if you can't make that pass to the wing? Let's get one defender in there. Just stand there. Doesn't matter. It's all based on passing the ball to the wing. If you can't pass that ball to the wing, you want to create a certain position, form certain position. If you can't pass the ball there, you have nobody to pass the ball to. What do? You dribble. And again, it's the same position. It really depends on the approach of the individual players, but it takes some practice. Okay, let's go ahead in slow-mo in fives. We'll try without defense now, but later on we'll try with defense, but for the moment, without. Okay. Again, I'll blow the whistle. You get that rebound. You go counter-attack. I want the third one to go to the strong side. The first two go to the wing. The fifth one goes to the center. I hope it works. Good. Dribble out, pass. Where the strong side is, we need to be sure where the strong side is. You pass the ball to the wing. Okay. A couple of points that I'd like to share with you, just to close my presentation here. I really believe you need to practice the first pass from the out-of-bounds region, after a rebound or whatever. Then the player should sprint out whenever they just take it easy, I stop the game. I want them really to sprint out very fast. By sprinting out and by playing fast, you create enormous pressure. You put an enormous pressure on the defense of the opponent's teams. I know that some teams really hated the games when they were playing us because they knew they would have to be running for 40 minutes. It's really hard. It can be very hard. It can hurt, and it does hurt. But that's what you need to do. To close my remarks, a fast break is not about playing as fast as you can. No, you need to create a system that is as effective as possible. You want to be able to score maybe 8 out of 10 possibilities, or 8 times out of 10 opportunities. You should be able to practice, or you should practice scoring perhaps slowly, or attacking slowly, but scoring, and play it the proper way, rather than do it at breakneck speed and not really finishing off. What the girls did very often when they were doing this in fives, the center one, the middle player, actually was turning her head to the rebound. Maybe it'd be better to make an outlet pass. Well, for lack of time, I didn't focus on that, but yeah, there are two possibilities. It depends on also how you want to react to the situation. Ideally, you should be able to dribble out if for some reason you can't do it, or if you can do it, or maybe there's pressure on the player trying to get the rebound. The player, well, let me put it this way. You should not be receiving the pass with your back towards the attacking direction. It may happen that the player is out there and your wing player is here, lost back. You need to adjust. You need to make sure that this pass goes parallel to the baseline so that the players can really see the whole pitch. Again, when you play from out of bounds position, you must be in the right position, not like this. It's definitely in the right direction, facing the opponent's basket. And again, the pass should be going in parallel direction, parallel to the baseline, so that you can respond and see the whole. So yes, you are right. It was incorrect. That was wrong. One more question.
Petr Pajkert, předám mikrofon.
Petr Pajkert, give him the mic, please. Thank you. Basically, in all those practices, the dribbling out was up through the middle, up to the front court. And I think very frequently there are too many players in the middle, and you can't pass through, and so there would be a violation of the tradition. But actually, passing along the side is not allowed. That would be a violation of that. So, how to do that? So, how do they take in the rebounds? Mostly, they are the players are unexpected. If you make a movement like this, going through the middle, you can push through. I dare say, but if not, the dribble should go from actually the paint, and the dribble should be somewhere here, and making pass through the side. So it was like a model situation, rather, for me to be able to show you how to get out from the paint as quickly as possible. These are just details, you know. Talking about that would take hours, and to great detail. So I have no problems when she goes dribbling to the side, but there must be the option of making a pass, not there, but to the left side, to the right side, or across. Any other questions, please? I see that this is not the case. So we should bow to the audience.